This is chapter 18 in Beyond Exile. The title is called Gertrude. Frank is arrived in Cologne, Germany. Met up with his friend Toby. They were playing cribbage. During that time, Frank blacked out, seemed to have a seizure. Toby dosed him with sugar and arsenicum, or some chemical vibration, and cured Frank of his spasms he was having, and they finished their game, left the Agnes Virtel, and Frank is on his own again in Cologne. And we are Frank. This chapter 18, is called Gertrude. So we begin, if we go, we went west from Cologne, and it starts us in the studious America house, scene number 142. From here, we can go north, pardon me, to scene number 143, Costas Taverna Greek Restaurant, here in Cologne. Well, we catch up with Toby again. Frank looks at his buddy and notices he's with a girl. Steffi is Toby's girlfriend. He looks at Steffi. And she introduces him to her friend, Gertrude. Gertrude is Steffi's best friend, and they first meet in a Greek restaurant. And you see the four of them are having dinner together in this restaurant. Let's look at Gertrude again. Let's look at Frank. We're an observer here. And when we do that, we look at Frank. Frank and Gertrude split up with the other two. Toby and his girlfriend leave. Frank and Gertrude and their Mercedes are now in the inventory, which means they're going their own way. And we can now go west from the tavern, from the Greek restaurant where they met. Let's go back up. Let's back up for a second, though, and just see Americans. There's no more action here. So we go west to scene 144, which is a dojo known as Bushido. There's no interaction here. We can go south to scene 145, Gertrude's studio. So it's a modest surprise after crashing a week in her studio when Frank learns she's the richest woman in Nordrhine-Westphalia. So here you see the two in the studio. We are the observer here. There's also a character named Wolfgang. Let's look at this new guy. He knows about Wolfgang, of course. He's the middleweight judo silver medalist at the Mexico City Olympics. And for his own reasons, Wolfgang makes everything cool. Well, he also wasn't going to be a third wheel in this situation because he's rolled out, and it's just Frank and her, Gertrude. Let's look at her again. Gertrude owns Bushido and 3 other dojos in town. At 43, she's imperiously fit, light brown hair, clever. And we are Gertrude. Alright, so let's look at Frank, our new guy. Happy to be with Frank, and happier to be with his penis. She takes Polaroids of his morning erections, afternoon erections, midnight erections, erections by the gold Japanese screens, erections by the orange lava lamps, dating and artistically arranging the pictures in a white plastic folder on her smoked glass coffee table. Let's look at these Polaroids. And it says, Schwanzi. Okay. So, we these photos. We can look at them. Let's look at Frank. Speak to Frank. Oh. Well, let's go north. Leave here for a second. Back to Bushido. Often, strolling through town, she'll forget Frank's there. Let's look at Frank. Saying, Schwanzi, we need to stop for some shoes. Schwanzi, we need to transfer some funds. Schwanzi, they have the tastiest Napoleons here. She buys the most expensive French cottons for Schwanzi to sleep in, the most exotic oils for Schwanzi to bathe in, the most arousing lubricants to work in. And we are Frank, looking at our new, slightly older girlfriend. It's bizarre, but certainly not unpleasant, and he has to confess that without grass or acid, Schwanzi's in remarkably good form. He looks at Gertrude, speaks to her. No? But we can go north from here. See where that takes us. To scene 146, the seaside borough of Poors. And here is like a beach setting. Frank's staying at her country manor when Gertrude pops the question. Schwanzi and I have decided to take a little trip through southern France and then around the world. Michelin 2-star, of course. Schwanzi and I adore simple food. Well, I was wondering, would you like to join us? Well, I don't think we have a choice here, do we? Unless we want to separate ourselves from Schwanzi. So, we have Frank and Gertrude are together in the Mercedes. We are observing this, and it appears that she is interested in going on a little trip here. A little trip away from Germany. So we go back the way we came to the downtown city, the city, America House, all these places. And that takes us to the end, to a new chapter at the piano. So we're going to pause that now. And we'll join Frank and Gertrude on their road trip. Next time we resume Beyond Exile. And that would be chapter, just concluded, chapter 18, Gertrude.